Good evening. I'd like to welcome you to our challenge session tonight. We thought it would be a good idea to let the members of the group submit questions. Our Lord is definitely with us, and He will be answering questions for us tonight. I know that we're all going through some troubled times, but it's times like this we all have to remain calm. We have to use a little bit of logic, and we have to understand that we aren't all going to die through this. If we listen to social distancing, keep away from others, use common sense, stay away from anybody that appears to be sick, we're all going to be fine. If we get sick, our government is coming up with cures. They are doing the best they can to get ahead of this, and there will be a time we'll all be back to normal. So with that, I see that some of you have already been joining in with us. We might as well get started. We've been talking with our Lord. He is here with us, and He is prepared to answer your questions tonight. So with that, we'll let Connie ask the first question.
Okay, Lord, what is the source of the pandemic, and is this introduction of it intentional?
As you all know, the virus had its origins in China. We're doing experimentation with natural viruses, and they had an accident. They were working on the concept of making viruses appear as though they were man-made, so that if they were in turn used as a biological weapon, they would appear so. They had an accident in their lab, and one of their people contacted the virus he was working on. He passed it on to others, and before they knew it, it was in the community. It is a very dangerous virus, and it was not introduced intentionally. As you can see, the virus has done much damage to China. It has killed many of their people, more than they are admitting, and it has harmed their economy. So there will be a time that everybody gets the handle on this, and that a cure will be in sight.
Okay, the main question that we hear from our members is, how can we best help others?
The way that you can help others is to try to emulate the love that you have for me in your hearts. Reach out. Try to help them. The elderly especially are being hurt by this virus. Many are isolated in their homes and are having trouble getting groceries or even basics of life. If you know someone, call them. Ask them if you can help them. If they need groceries when you go to the store, get their things as well, so that they do not have to travel and be exposed to possible germs. There are many ways that you can help. There are families that are grouped together now that have no viable means of paying their bills. Contribute food to them. Introduce them to governmental sources where help will be available. Be innovative in what you do in this time of need. Just bear in mind that it is now that you can show the feelings that I taught when I walked the earth. There are many ways you can help, but there are also many ways that you can do harm. Do not spread fear. Keep people calm and think logically. Staying calm and not worrying is probably the biggest thing you can do to help others.
Okay, we're witnessing a time when people are drawing away from God. Secularism is growing. Is this virus meant to bring people closer to you?
No. I did not have anything to do with inflicting this harm upon the people of the world. It is a fact that when things turn very dangerous for people, that they fear that they will be entering into my kingdom, that they draw closer to me, hoping that it will help should their lives be affected in the worst way for them. But no, I did not do this. This is not something that I would inflict upon the people. This is part of the free will and egos that I have given humans.
Okay, we're living in a time when political divide in the United States is pulling us apart. What would you tell people from either party that are inflaming the divide?
I would tell the people that are so distraught over the other political party that they need to step back and look at what is taking place around them. Neither of your political parties are perfect. Both have got problems, and both have got ideas that can contribute to the good of your country. Spreading hatred towards the other party and through its members will do you absolutely no good at this time. This is a moment where you should come together, show love for one another, and show understanding, even though you differ in political opinion. And there are things taking place in your country that are certainly against my teachings. But now is the time to draw back from your emotions and do not do things that will inflame others. Show love for others, and they will show love to you. If you show hatred to them through comments that make them irate on their political beliefs, they will return that hatred to you as well. So it is a time to be calm, it is a time to show love, and it is a time to use self-restraint.
There are those in our government that appear to want to hurt our nation. Will these people be affected by the virus?
There are indeed people on both parties that are in close cooperation with Satan. This virus, as I said, was not sent as a retribution. That will not be the time that they are judged. Their time will come when they return home, and they must stand before us in heaven. That is when their retribution will be put upon them.
Okay, one of our members asked, why does a loving God allow a pandemic such as the coronavirus to take place?
What is taking place is an occurrence that, even though it appears that it will cause great harm, is something that has taken place many times through history and your evolution. Humans must learn to adapt to such emergency situations. In the long run, it will make their evolution stronger as they learn how to heal, how to care for others, and how to live their lives in the face of dangers such as this. I do not bring these things on. They are natural phenomena.
Okay. What can we do to help keep others calm and not panic?
The biggest thing you can do is first calm your own fears. Realize that I am with you. Realize that I hear your prayers, and realize that what will happen to you will determine how you will be judged when you return home. Keep in mind there are things that will take place beyond your control. You must keep calm. If you are calm, then others around you will remain calm. Think about what is happening. Do not listen to false prophets who will speak things in order to facilitate your fears and worries. Keep in mind that there are enemies of your country that would like to spread false rumors and fear. Listen to your leaders, sort out for yourself what is true, and you will find that you will have modest worries or modest things to be concerned. Worry will never do any good, and it will never help. It is actions that are needed at times like this.
Why is prayer important?
Prayer is how I know that you are communicating with me. When you communicate with me, I am hearing your thoughts, and I am trying to answer, when I can, your requests. Those who never pray do not communicate with myself, my other Holy Spirits, or the angels. When you pray, I understand your concerns. Your prayers allow me to read what is in your heart. When you are praying for others, you are doing what I have asked you to do. When you are proclaiming love for me, I will understand whether you are truly showing love or whether you are living under a pretense and that your actions will belie your prayers. So there's much to be learned from prayer. Please pray to me, and it will show you that you love me and that you want to communicate with me and understand my commands.
Okay, we have some more questions that seem very similar, but I'll ask them anyway. If there is free will, what good does prayer do?
Prayer, as I said, lets me understand what is in your heart. Even though there is free will, which will determine the outcome of most events, there are times that I do intervene. If many people are asking for a certain thing, quite often I will step in and alter the natural way of things. If many people are praying for the same thing, I can feel this great energy. And I am joyed when I am feeling a great energy of love. So prayer is very important. Sometimes the prayers will not be answered, but in many instances, it can lead to me making changes in what otherwise would have been very dire consequences.
So prayers do have an effect.
Yes, they absolutely do have effect. If people are not praying to me, I know that they are drawing away from me. When people are drawing away from me, I will take actions over here to try to bring them back to understand my love. For instance, in times when people are drawing away, I will send more of my servants back to serve you. Just as I have sent Barry and Connie back at this time to bring them my words, because I understood that people were drawing away from my love.
How long will this emergency last?
This emergency, the most difficult time for humans, will pass in a relatively short period of time. Within several months, you will see a lessening of the symptoms, and you will see life returning to normal. This is a virus that will reoccur in the future, but you can rest assured that there will be safe alternatives that will limit the extent to which it will be allowed to expand in the future. There will be safe viruses, or there will be safe cures for the virus.
Is there any relationship to what is taking place today and the prophecies of Revelations?
No. Revelations was not accurate in any way. As I have told you many, many times, you will never find that I will intercede to end humanity as you are evolving on this planet. If your evolution is ended, it will be at your own hands. So there is not going to ever be an end of days, as was proclaimed in Revelation. Understand that your evolution is up to you. How you handle your weapons of mass destruction, and how you handle sickness, and how you handle poverty, and how you handle the environmental problems that you're facing. That is what will resolve your evolution. It will not be at my hand.
Will there soon be a cure for the coronavirus?
Yes. You are actually currently testing medicines that will act as a cure or antidote for the virus. It will take time to assure their safety, and it will take time to find out which one is the most effective. But there will be, in the very near future, cures for the virus, for this particular virus. Keep in mind, in the future there will be other pandemics and times of sickness that will come forward, but they will find a cure for this one.
What is your opinion of how our politicians are responding to the pandemic?
Some are doing well and some are not. There are many that think they are doing well, but they are actually spreading panic among the people. In general, your government is doing the best they can with this situation. It is very sad that preparations were not more complete for such an event. But your government is moving rapidly, and they will make many mistakes, but they will do many things that are correct. Bear with them and try to follow their directions. Their scientists and doctors are very knowledgeable, and you can rely on what they are saying. At this time, I do not see any attempts to disrupt the American people from the best path for healing and for recovery.
How long will this pandemic affect the United States?
There will definitely be long-term effects from this pandemic. Most of them will be economic, because even though you do have the strongest economy in the world, it will take time for these things to rebound. Some businesses will just simply go will go away and will no longer be able to employ. They will be replaced by others, but it will take time. Your leaders have to be very wise during this time of rebuilding. There will be long-term effects, but your country will still remain the strongest in the world.
What can be done to bring our younger generation back to God?
Hopefully, the reality that they are facing a true emergency will sink into your younger generation. It is customary that when people are facing things that they do not understand, that they do draw closer to me. Much has been done to create environments in your schools and in certain government quarters where people are taught that I do not exist. Atheists and Satanists have been growing through the years, and they have learned to use your legal system to very effectively remove my teaching from many locations. Hopefully this time of need will draw all people closer to me.
Is it important that others learn to directly communicate with the Holy Spirits?
Yes, that is why I have sent many of you in the group back. It is my intent that you are to learn to communicate with me. There will be a time that Barry and Connie cannot do this any longer, and some of you faithful servants will have to step forward and be able to carry my message to others, just as Barry and Connie have carried their messages and are attempting to bring messages to as many people as possible. Individuals have got to take an interest in returning to me. That is the only true way to ensure your evolution. In order for that to happen, there have to be people that understand my wishes and my commands. There are those of you that have that ability. Hopefully, you will work and you will study and you will learn to communicate with me. There is a definite need for you to step forward in the future.
Okay. Is this going to drive the U.S. economy into a depression?
No. Your economy has the means to avoid being in a deep depression. But it will harm your economic growth in the near future. But sound leadership will bring up proposals that will avoid any deep recessions. Your country actually has a very good social net that cares for the poor and for those that will have trouble recovering. Hopefully your leadership will be wise enough to make changes and to take care of those people. If they do that, you will not go into a deep recession.
Okay, Sylvia Browne described a pneumonia-like illness that would arrive around 2020 in her book End of Days. Did you give her this prophecy, and will other predictions given by her come true?
Sylvia Browne was a very, very gifted psychic in the beginning. Her guides gave her prophecies and predictions of what would take place. Many of those are accurate. Many of them are not. Sylvia abused the powers that she was given. She decided that her personal greed for money would overcome her need to do good for others. At the end of her life, the gifts were taken from her, and many of the predictions and prophecies she made had no basis in fact. But yes, she was given that information that appeared in her book.
Lord, have you ever appeared on earth other than the time that you appeared as Jesus?
No. My energy of God has only appeared in the physical form of Jesus. There may be a time in the future that I will be forced to return again. But should that happen, it will not be in the form of Jesus. It will be in a unique and different personal form.
Okay, do you have a final message for us?
Yes. I want to thank all of you that are listening tonight. I want all of you to know that I am blessing you, and I am hoping to share. I'm hoping that you will feel my loving energy as I talk to you tonight. Know that I am with you. Know that in times of darkness there is always light. Know that sunlight always appears after the storm. Just as your country has been strong in the past and has survived horrific ordeals under my guidance, I will lead you out of this current emergency. There will be short-term suffering, but in the future, in the very near future, all will once again be well. Focus on helping others through this. Show your love to them. Be kind to the elderly and assist. When you know people are suffering, do what you can for them. This will give you an opportunity to practice the principles that I taught when I walked the earth. Use what I taught, use the commands that I speak today, and use the information that I am giving you to help others. And through that, you will find that not only will your lives be enriched, but when you return home, your judgment will be far, far better than you could ever imagine. So with these words of blessing, I'm going to be leaving you. Feel free to pray to my angels, pray to my saints, pray to this holy figure that you feel most comfortable with, and they will bring me your messages. Rest assured that every prayer is heard and every prayer is important. So with these words, I'm going to leave you. God bless you all, and have faith. Good night.
Thank you, Lord.
thank you very much. That was a very, very inspiring message, and I hope that many of you listening will take what he said to heart. Stay calm, be logical, think things through, help others, and you will find it all will be well. So we will be putting more videos up for you in the future. If you like what you see, please subscribe to our channel. I think that you will find the devotional fulfillment that you're looking for. So with that, I'm going to say good night and God bless.
We love you all.